Welcome to the September edition of the First Friday Video. We're coming to you this month from the Student Government Association offices located in the Ring Student Union here at A-State. My guest today is Alexis Hurdle, who is the head of our Leadership Center and one of our key administrators for on-campus student life. Thanks for joining us today, Alexis.
Thanks for having me.
It's great to have you here. Why don't you tell the viewers a little bit about what you do here for student life?
Sure. So I am the director of the Leadership Center, and the Leadership Center is an office on campus where pretty much the vast majority of all things student engagement, involvement, and development occur outside of the classroom. We really have three goals in the Leadership Center, and that's student engagement, student development, and relationship building. And we believe that a college experience well spent is one that is full of learning, student engagement, fun, and opportunities to connect with professional and personal relationships that last beyond their time here as an undergraduate student.
That's great. You know, I think a lot of people think students and professors and don't realize the staff engagement with students and about life outside of the classroom. Now, we talk a lot in this program about faculty and students working together and doing research, but you have a whole lot of staff here in student affairs that are working with students as well and engaging in activities outside of the classroom, just to kind of make them have kind of a fun time while they're here and a safe time while you're here. Safety is a huge issue too, right?
Absolutely, yeah. Absolutely. We really work, like I said, one of our goals is student engagement, and that's what we've really been focusing on these last several weeks, is providing an opportunity for students to get their foot in the door and feel more connected to our campus and to see that it's a fun and lively place to live.
Now, one of the things we discovered as we're studying more about student retention, that people who don't get connected are more likely to drop out of college. And so a lot of your work is really focused on that retention and getting people involved, especially right early on with a lot of early events. So can you describe some of the events that took place in the first couple weeks here to get students engaged?
Absolutely. Well, we kicked things off with our annual Panel in Extraordinary Recruitment, which was all over campus. You probably saw young women in the same colored t-shirts infiltrating campus. But at the end of that week, we were able to extend around 247 young women opportunities to be in one of our sororities. And leading into that, we kicked off Welcome Week. And Welcome Week was marked with a lot of fun events, both in the morning, afternoon, and late at night. And it provided opportunities for our first year students and our upperclassmen students to come to campus, see that it's fun, and get connected and meet people and just really get engaged in our campus community.
So why is this important for our students?
Well, so we know that the first few weeks of a first-year student's experience on an institution's campus are critical in determining their level of future engagement, their level of satisfaction, and how likely they are to stay and graduate. And so these past few weeks have been full of events and activities and opportunities to get students out of their residence halls and on campus to experience all of the fun things that are here, to make connections with faculty, staff, and students, and to get plugged into an organization.
Well, I appreciate you so much coming in and speaking to us in the First Friday Video and everything that you and your team do to help freshmen make that transition from high school to college, but also our sophomores and upperclassmen coming back and getting plugged back in the swing of things at A-State. So thank you for doing that. And
thank you.
I really appreciate everything you guys do. So, there's nothing like watching a campus come back to life after the summer months. It starts with welcoming back our faculty, and our new provost, Dr. Alan Utter, guided us through the week of faculty conference and the new faculty orientation. Move-in week is special at any university with a large on-campus population, but I continue to be blown away by how much our city cares about our Red Wolves. Our local churches and other community groups volunteer to make sure all of our new pups get all the help they need with move-in. We made some changes at our first year convocation, and it was a huge hit with both students and our faculty. For many students, this is the first time to meet their department leadership, their faculty, and their department chairs. It's a great time for them to get together. Welcome Week is also another huge tradition. As Alexis has mentioned, our Student Leadership, Student Government, and Student Activities Board hosted several events for A-State students. A couple of the highlights included the annual Community Organization Fair and the new tradition of the Thursday night street party in downtown Jonesboro. Many thanks to the Downtown Jonesboro Association and for the city for closing off Main Street for our students and for everyone who got involved with that activity. Adding to this year's early semester excitement, we went straight from Welcome Week to Paint the Town Red Week. From local kids at elementary schools to business owners painting Red Wolves messages on their windows, Jonesboro really turns out and shows out for A-State the week of the first home game. And what an exciting first game it was. Fans packed the stands, the students filled the Pines, and the student section was absolutely full. We saw the Red Wolves enter Centennial Bank Stadium from the north end zone for the first time ever. It was a back and forth contest that literally came down to the final play against SMU. I know I'm looking forward to our next home game later this month with Southern Illinois. As we get ready to close out, I want to mention the work on the east side of the campus. 2 private construction projects are wrapping up there, and we're really excited about them coming to a conclusion. First, the new Centennial Bank Operations Center is open, and many thanks to the private donors, led by football letter winner Johnny Allison, who helped make this possible. And later this fall, another public-private partnership for A-State results in the conclusion of building the largest convention center in East Arkansas with the opening of the Embassy Suites Hotel and Red Wolf Convention Center. Speaking of openings and renovations, I'd like to finish this month by talking to Sarah Saucedo, who is a member of our Student Culinary Council. Welcome to the First Friday video, Sarah.
Thank you.
Well, why don't you tell us a little bit about how you got involved with the Culinary Council?
Yeah, so my undergraduate degree was in nutritional science, dietetics, and through that I did a lot of research on the dining service here on campus and realized there was a culinary council that I could be a part of and advocate for students and the needs that they wanted regarding dietary restrictions and things like that. So I just applied, and then next week I was on the council and started going to meetings.
Well, one of the things that students don't realize, I think, is that they actually have a voice in what happens in the cafeteria. And sometimes students will tweet me or write me and say they will complain about something, and I'll say, you should join the council. And next thing you know, some of them are on the council because they, had a concern. And so, well, what's it been like serving on the council? How does that work?
So we meet just like once a month, and we kind of just go over what students have told us and what they would like to see, or just compliments about some of the meals or what they did and didn't like from all aspects, whether it's Flex, Einstein's, the dining hall, anything like that. And so we meet and we just go ahead and sample one of the newer recipes for the month, and we discuss everything, and from there we plan events, modify things to the students' choices, and just that pretty much.
So you get to eat.
Yes, we eat every month. They lay out a whole table for us, and it's great.
That's great. Well, that's fantastic. So what do you think about the new renovation in the Acansa Dining Hall now?
Personally, I love it, and I know a lot of students have told us that they love the way it looks. It's very aesthetically pleasing, and people feel like really nice when they're eating in there, and the customer service has increased. And our recipes, I feel like they've improved. They say they're the same recipes, but maybe it's just the aesthetics that make it taste a lot better.
I think if it feels better, it tastes better.
Yeah, probably.
Right? So what's your favorite meal there?
So I'm actually a vegan, and so we actually have the Impossible Burger coming, and so that's gonna be the first plant-based burger that's gonna be offered on campus.
And it's not bean, right?
No.
Yeah, it's something else.
It's not made of beans, so it's a little different than the black bean burger we already have, and so I'm really excited for that, and I'm pretty sure that'll be my favorite one. But I also like the dairy-free and allergy-free section we have, so that offers a lot of vegetarian and vegan options as well.
Well, one of the things we're recognizing that students have dietary restrictions that are either personal beliefs or actually health-related beliefs, and so we want to make sure that our students that eat in the hall have access to the kind of food that they need and or that they want, and so we're grateful to be able to do that. And I think Sodexo's done a great job of both renovating the space and also being receptive to students. And so thank you for serving with them. That's great. And thanks for being here today on the First Friday video.
Thank you for having me.
As I close out this month's First Friday video, you can always reach me on social media at KDAMP and by email at chancellor@astate.edu. I want to take a moment to remember our head football coach and my friend Blake Anderson, who's on leave with his family. His wife Wendy fought bravely against cancer, and Blake and her children were by her side to the end. Beth and I were deeply touched by Wendy, and we're grateful for the friendship that A-State allowed us to have with her and with Blake. We join the entire pack in keeping Blake and his extended family in our thoughts and in our prayers.